Hey, this is Russ. I'm back out on the road again. What am I riding today? Yeah, take a look at this one. You guys recognize this one at all? It's a black bike, Russ. They all look the same. Nah, well. Yeah, it's the Lectric One. The Lectric One. Yeah, what a nice bike. This thing's really nice. You know, if you just want to pedal, you want to make it easy on you pedaling too, take this bike. You don't have to think about anything. It automatically changes gears for you and everything. Yeah, it's pretty easy actually. Yeah, so if I want to keep my knees moving, this would be the bike to do it. Yeah, you hear it every now and then. You hear a little, that type of sound. That's when the gears shift. So to shift the gears, all you have to do is just hesitate in pedaling for a second. And if it thinks it needs a gear change, it'll change the gear for you, either up or down, depending on what you're doing. You could also bypass it too. There's controls here on the right-hand side, just like, like a standard derailleur control shifter. It'll have it'll have a regular shifter on there, so you can actually bypass its decision and change gears yourself, rather than letting it change the gears for you. And a guy I passed over there is telling me to pull over the guy. Yeah, he probably thought I was a cop. They all think I'm a cop. I don't know why they think I'm a cop. Probably because I'm wearing a yellow vest. I've got a helmet that looks like a RoboCop's helmet. Yeah, it's the XWing helmet. Let's stop here. Yeah, it's the XWing helmet. The XWing helmet kind of looks like RoboCop's helmet. Yeah, it really does. So, yeah, they all think I'm a cop. Yeah, I'm wearing black all the time. I got everything on. It's still chilly here, but it's not as cold as it used to be the last couple of days. It's sitting at 61 degrees right now. Cold, but not so bad. But yeah, still got to have a long sleeve sweatshirt on. I don't know, but it's not really a sweatshirt really. I guess it is. It's a hooded sweatshirt. I like the hooded sweatshirts because that hood sitting in the back, I don't put the hood on, but the thing sitting in the back kind of covers your neck a little bit, so you don't feel quite as cold. And of course I got my full gloves on as well. So it makes it a little bit warmer for me. So I figure I better go out while I can go out. The temperatures are changing quite a bit now. I know my time is very limited at this point. And there's still more review bikes coming. So I don't know how we're gonna deal with this. I always get nervous at around this time of the year because, when the companies send me a bike, let's turn here. When the companies send me a bike, I feel like I need to get the review done. I don't want to wait the whole season and don't do the review. That's not good, but if it comes in too late, there's not much I can really do at that point. So I decided the best thing to do is probably split these reviews up, where I may do the introduction of the bikes indoors, just to minimize my exposure outside, and then take it outside and do the rest of the review. Now, I hope it becomes one review, or it may have to even be split into two, where you do the introduction of the bike and then you have to wait a while until the ability to get out to ride happens, right? So yeah, I get really nervous when this time of year comes around, because I want to do a good job for everybody, and I don't want to freeze out there either at the same time. I can smell people burning leaves or something. I can smell it. And we're not really supposed to be burning leaves out here. I remember growing up in Chicago when I was a little kid, people would burn their leaves on the street. Yeah, they put it right on the curb over here, and then they burn them. Yeah, we used to do that too. My dad used to do that. You got to keep an eye on that. You don't burn down the whole place. But you're not allowed to do that now. You know, these leaves like over here are usually collected. There's specific collection dates. Now this year, we're not raking our leaves. We didn't do any of the raking. We decided to let our lawn cutting services do the fall cleanup for us this year. But we're also letting them take out some bushes and things that we have that we don't want anymore on our property. So we asked them to take that out in addition to the lawn cutting services. I mean, if they do it now, and we don't wait until spring to cut those things down, then it can't grow, and then they have even more to cut down because then things grown up, right? So we're gonna take it all out of there. What am I doing? About 22.6 miles an hour. I'm on pedal assist level 3. That's because I set the pedal assist things to give me 28 miles per hour when I'm pedaling. So pedal assist level 5 is going to hit me at 28 miles an hour, which I don't want to do down this street. So PAS 3 is all I really need at this point. Now people have asked me about this Lectric 1. Yeah, it's a cadence sensor. It's not a torque sensor. So you're not really feeling the hard pedaling that cadence sensors usually require you to do, which is perfectly fine for me. I don't have the strongest leg, as you know, so but it keeps me moving. I mean, I'm pedaling this whole time right now. I only have been using the throttle, I think, for getting started, and then I start pedaling again. But it's not hard pedaling. You know, if you want a major workout, then you may want a dedicated torque sensor type bike. But I think many people, hold on here, too noisy. Many people don't want that kind of workout, and others do. I don't. I want to be able to move my leg, but I don't want to have to pedal with hard, heavy-duty pedaling. See, now it shifted gears for me because it said you slowed down. You don't need the gear that you were in. And then if I just hesitate a little bit, because I can feel like I'm ghost pedaling a little bit, just hesitate a little bit, it'll shift up if it thinks it needs it. The only thing with this this pinion system, that's the name of the thing that basically does the automatically shifting for you, is you don't know what gear you're on. There's no indicator on your gear shifter to tell you what gear you're on. But it doesn't really matter so much because if you need it, it'll move it for you. If you don't need it, it won't move it for you. So it doesn't really matter. And then if you go too far, like if I push this, I'm moving it up. If I go too far, it just won't move any further because that's as far as it'll go, right? So right now I push the button with my right thumb, and I moved it to the most resistance that it has. So I can get resistance if I want. Here I'm doing 21 miles an hour. I can definitely feel the resistance in the pedal now. So you can bypass its decision, and get the resistance if you want it. And I've been leaving at PAS 3 because I'm just doing side streets here. It's not important for me to go really fast. Now I just slowed down at the stop sign here, and it shifted me down. See? So, and if I want that resistance again, I can shift it up again by myself. Yeah, I gotta watch out for kids crossing, running out in the middle of the street. So, yeah, it's nice. It's a nice bike. Nice and small, nice and compact. Yeah. I can see this as even if you have a big bike, all right? Let's say you have one of those really big bikes, like the wired bike or something. I can still see people wanting a bike like this. You don't always want to take a big heavy bike out. Like today is just an easy ride for me today. I don't want to take a big heavy bike out. I'd rather take something small and light and easy to deal with. This is the one to do it with. I really like this bike. I've noticed too that many of the other YouTubers have been reviewing this bike too. They seem to all like it too. I mean, it's kind of hard not to like it. I mean, I guess if you were one that really wanted, the biggest, the strongest, the fastest, whatever, yeah, you probably won't like this bike. But there is times that you just don't want to do that, right? And I'll tell you one thing, you'll probably get less people yelling at you on a bike path if you're riding this bike. Yeah, because it doesn't look like anything. It just looks like a regular bike almost. Okay, you got a battery back there, people can see that, but it's not an intimidating looking bike, right? So when you're on the path with people, they're not going to come out and say, hey, you get that big monstrous bike off our path. They're not going to come out and say that. They do, they've got issues. So, no, I like this bike a lot. Now, I think on my review I mentioned a lower priced version. I don't think they sell that anymore. I don't think it's on the website anymore. So I think the only ones available is the long range version of the e-bike. And like I said, that's what you should really be getting. Yeah, I don't agree with the lower capacity battery range. As you know, I want to get some range out of my rides. I'm gonna take a right here. I want to get some range out of it. I don't want to be caught without any type of range going on. So yeah, you want the extended battery version, which I think is the only version now on the Lectric one. So far, I'm relatively new to Lectric as a brand, although Lectric is not a new brand. But to me, it's a new one for me. I'm really liking their products. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when I look at the design of it, it is more basic. It doesn't have the fancy this or the fancy that, but the stuff that they give seems to be pretty decent. But like I said, not everyone is gonna want a bike like this or a bike from Lectric. They may want some other things. But for an average person that says, I'm looking to get a bike, I haven't been on a bike in a long time, I want something nice, but I don't want something that's crazy, I don't want a heavy bike or anything, I could easily recommend this Lectric one to that person. Unless the price is not within their range, of course. But if the prices were within their range, I could easily recommend this bike to a person. The only thing I would say I would seriously consider doing is changing the saddle. I don't like the saddles. I don't like any of the Lectric saddles because it is the same saddle, all right? If you don't like one, you don't like them all, right? So because it is the same one. But I would get a wider saddle, something with a little more cushiness to it, because it is a little hard sitting on this. I may eventually change this saddle out, but more bikes are coming in, so I want to wait a little bit to decide which bikes are going to get what. I can't change out everything on every bike. It's just too much. So I kind of pick and choose what I put on each bike. Every bike gets a side view mirror, no matter what bike it is. I always try to put a side view mirror on there because you kind of need to know what's happening behind you. So I always put one of those on there. It's usually the same one as this one. It's made by Hafni. I put affiliate links in the description of the videos, and you could always go to russisright.com to see all of my accessory recommendations. And if you're looking for a bike or something, check that every now and then to find out if I'm selling any bikes off. I am still selling off one of them right now. I may be putting another one up soon. But right now, the Magicycle Deer 26-inch by 4-inch fat tire step-over version, the green bike, that's available at a pretty good price too. Now, I did mention it to a friend who says that he has a friend who's looking for a bike, but I don't know whether he's serious about it or he isn't, but he said he was looking for something, so I said have him check that. So by the time you see this video, it might already be gone. But if it's not, you know, first come, first serve. That's a good one to consider. That's the full suspension bike. And as you know, the Deere is pretty powerful. So it's got good power, but again, it's really for someone who's a certain height, right? Because it is a step over. This guy's like 6 feet tall, so I said, yeah, perfect bike for him. I'm 5'10", you know, with an inseam of about 30.5 to 31 inches, something like that. All right, so anyway, I wonder if I'm getting any lens flare going on right now. So I can't tell until I look at the videos, of course, because I have the sun coming in at maybe about the 10 o'clock position right now. And as you know, this DJI camera has a tendency to have lens flare happen. I take off the protective front clear filter, because with the filter on it, it's even worse. So yeah, don't want that. But you know, when you take that off, you have no protection. Like when I fell off the trike out in California, I fell off that mooncool trike. If I was using this camera would have been gone at that point, because yeah, the GoPro, you know, hit the ground and hit all that dirt and everything too. But it has its own protective filter on there. Now, if I was using this one and I took the filter off, it would be bad. It would have been, that's been the end of this camera. Because you know, if you scratch the lens, then everything that you shoot will have that scratch mark. Nobody wants that. All right, let's go this way. And let me tighten this up a little bit here. This is like loosening up. I put one of my lights on here. It's not on right now, but I haven't used the external lights in a while on any of the bikes. So I saw it just sitting there. I says, okay, I'm gonna stick it on this bike, because while they do have a light on the fender, I don't think it's bright enough, in my opinion. So if you ever took it out a little darker outside, then you might want a light on. So, you know, a light like this would be something to be worth considering then, right? Oh yeah, nice ride, nice ride. See, it's days like this, you know, when it's a little chillier than you prefer. It was like 61, 62 degrees, something like that. A little chillier than you preferred. You're all bundled up. You want to pedal a little bit. Kind of keeps the blood flowing. Warm you up a little. So yeah, this is a good bike to take out. I was debating which bike I would take, and I was tempted to take out one of the big bikes, but I thought more about it. I go, nah, I shouldn't take the big bikes out, because I know what I'll do if I do. I'll probably just throttle it. And I wanted to get a little bit of exercise in. Oh, speaking of exercise, let me tell you how I've been doing on the exercises. I've been going to the gym. I don't spend a lot of time at the gym, let me tell you that, all right? I just go there and do the exercises that I do, and then I get out of there. Yeah, I'm probably in and out of there in about 15, 20 minutes, really. I'm not in there all day long. So, have I noticed any improvements anywhere? Well, I will say this. I don't ache anymore. When I did the exercises the first time, you know, the whole week after that, I was aching so bad I couldn't move. It's almost like what Tony said when he did his judo. Remember that video where he said he went to his first judo class, and then by the next day he couldn't even barely move. That's how I kind of felt like. So I don't feel it like that anymore. I could do my exercises, and by the next day I'm perfectly fine, okay? And I do feel my muscles are, I wouldn't say they're more defined or anything, but I would say they're bigger, that's for sure. I mean, I can literally feel my muscles on my arms, whereas before, if I made like a, like a kind of, give a little bit of a, I don't know what they would do, like a little pose or something, I couldn't feel anything. I haven't done any exercise in so long, I can't feel a thing. Now I can actually feel my muscles, which means it's basically working. Now, what about everything else? Okay, what about the stomach and the sides and all that stuff? Yeah, I'm just starting to work on it now. I kind of took my time. I said, I'm gonna do these 3 machines first, and I'm not gonna touch any of the other machines until I feel like I'm ready to move on. So this last week and a half or so, I did move on to another couple of machines. And so now I'm working on abs and things like that, and back strength. So there's a machine that allows you to do that, and so I've been working on that. I've been doing leg presses as well, back on the same leg press machine that I used to do when I was fixing my knee up. So yeah, I'm adding additional things little by little. I don't want to overdo it, and I'm in no rush, really. And the people I've talked to over there said that's the smartest way to do it. They says, some people try to push themselves like crazy on the very first time they come out, and then they wonder why everything hurts, and then they never come back again. But no, I'm there for the long haul. I paid for a year. I got to go and do it every, as much as I can. I have been going mostly in the afternoons, because I find that the mornings people tend to be there more often. So I try not to do it when everyone's there. And yeah, it's worked out for me. I don't mind going, so it gives me something to do, someplace to go. Alrighty, I think that's enough for today. If you like this particular video, go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Remember too that we've added additional videos now. So Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I've instituted a new thing called Russ Talks. And you can watch that if you like. And then Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays are e-bike related videos, okay? So you can watch some, watch all, watch whatever you like. Dedicated guys will watch the whole thing. Some of you guys don't even watch. Yeah, I've heard back where you guys said, well, we just kind of listened to you. It's okay. That would be a great thing for Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Just listen to me. I'm just talking anyways. I'm just sitting in the car and driving and talking. But you may learn some odds and ends about me or how I think if you watch those videos, if you're interested, okay? Otherwise, we'll see you on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. All right, talk to you guys next time.